put rounds on target very accountably at a speed that is going to probably be what I'm gonna want to shoot and stay accountable to. I'm gonna want to find a more stable position, and that could be with no change of angle from the way I zeroed, even off the car down into like a prone position, or that could be up and on the car. We talked about those limiting our exposure and finding those angles of view, setting our position up from behind this wheel well where we know it's going to stop those rounds, staying low on that C-pillar. And as I'm coming up, prepping a position into getting up and on that trunk. So prepping into position, what I like to do is running that sling. It doesn't matter, we've been testing it from forward end of grip or behind your non-dominant side grip, taking your sling and taking your hand like this, just bringing it up. So that when I come up, I can now, as I come out, start building sling tension running across my back, right? And what this is gonna do is start building nice, sturdy, square, perpendicular line of shoulders, hips to gun line. And obviously we see the angle of cant that I have on this gun, but now I have a forearm of soft on hard contact. I have another forearm with that dominant side. And if I can get my thoracic to be loaded up into the actual car itself, I can get a pretty sturdy platform here. My legs being back here, they're locked out and forward load into this car for the reason of recoil management and that natural resetting on the y-axis of deviation of recoil impulse. That's going to be a really big assistance and help when you're talking about faster speed engagements from this distance. So I have my sights dead center on the target at 67 yards just by that Grand Am. Now because of the angle that I have my gun at, which I did not zero to this angle, where am I gonna have to hold on that target? I'm gonna have to hold right. So I'm favoring the right side, and the SOP for this, or the kind of good rule of thumb, is side of magwell, side of target. All right, so I have my magwell facing to the right. I'm gonna hold that right side of target, and without deviating those sights, I'm gonna now be tracking those sights up and down. So I'm now moving my gun, how the gun's gonna now deviate, and I'm making sure the only way, due to sling tension, body position, and fundamentals, the reticle is only able to go on the y-axis, which is straight up and down, vertically deviating. All right? So, 67 yards. Do you think it's gonna be just right edge? Do you think it's way off right side of target? Where do you guys think I'm gonna have to hold?
Right long.
Just right long. So we'll test it, we'll try it out and see where we're impacting. I put some targets down there next to the targets at 67 yards for my guys that are lefties. There's one on the left, because you're going to obviously be angling and favoring your magwell to the left most times. So you're gonna have to hold left-sided target, where all the right-handed shooters, the majority of the time, are gonna favor that right side magwell, so they're holding the right-sided target.
How dare I say this? Are you shooting the brown one?
No, sir. We're just shooting the steel.
Okay.
So,
okay.
But
right.
as you can see, the reason I put them so close is because you might be setting your reticle up on that brown IPSC target in order to hit, and resetting it on the brown IPSC target in order to hit that white steel down range.
Okay.
All right, so I'll demonstrate this. I'll let you know exactly where my hold's at from there. So I'm going to set into my position prior. So prior to exposing myself, I'm prepping in my position, running that sling across my back, and I'm setting up into position, running, and I'm committing completely to this car. So I've got my thoracic up on the car, and I have as many points of contact as I can get, and then I'm going to apply with this dominant side hand rearward pressure into my body. All right, so as low profile as I can get. And that round is where? Dead center, right? So that was right edge. Now let's take it and go to the one at 100 yards, that Goliath target. I'm again at 100 yards holding right edge. And where's that round? Dead center, right? Now let's say we don't account for that, and let's see where those rounds are going. So I'm just gonna hold dead center on both of those. Again, coming across that car, I have this cant, I have the rearward pressure, loaded, stable position. And where's that round? Very left edge. So can we get away with it? Maybe, right? And then downrange, if I hold dead center, I missed and most likely hit the what? The target. The brown IPSC target, which is not my intended target. So I just hit
I just hit something, know your target lies beyond and between.
Yep.
I just hit something between my target I did not intend to shoot. So these are why it's extremely important. And I'll put clean IPSCs out there, so when we go down range, if there's a single hole in any of those IPSCs, we know someone on this car was not being accountable for, you know, knowing the capabilities of the weapon, accounting for the offsets, knowing if my mag well's facing right, that round is going to be in the trajectory of left, gravity's affecting it in a constant manner, just as when I zeroed, but I have to favor that right side. For my lefties, favoring that left side, all right?